Winning world champs in the United States is really cool for sure. That was definitely the biggest goal this season. I mean, this year has not been the best year really for me results-wise, so to get the world championship gold medal in Beaver Creek was definitely pretty awesome, so that was nice. I think having the home advantage racing in the United States is so huge for us. You know, we're always living out of our duffel bags on the road, and so it's always an away game. So it's you never have that home advantage, and I think being able to do that, be able to race in the United States is really huge for us. And I love the hill in Beaver Creek. The race hill is awesome for me, so I didn't feel like it was a lot of pressure. Yeah, there was pressure. The pressure that I put on myself, or the pressure that I feel, is an internal pressure. You know, it's not from the external stuff. I'm not one to worry about all the other stuff. You know, I don't read like the news and all that stuff that much, so at least not on ski racing. So, you know, I don't feel that much, and I just, you know, go out there and ski my race and ski the way I know how I can, and the pressure-wise doesn't really matter to me. A little bit. I went home for a day and a half, I guess, afterwards, but then we have to come straight back over for racing. So there's no like real lull in the season to really enjoy that. You just kind of have to jump back on the horse and keep going. Marcel's win yesterday was impressive for sure. I mean, it was a lot like when I won Solden here by 2.7 seconds. I think, you know, those kind of wins, they take a convergence of a lot of factors coming together. That first run, he was the only one that could ski normally, and the rest of us were basically like walking down the course trying to like figure it out. And it was like skiing in a bunch of balls. It was just like, you know, trying to, in a big net of soccer balls. You just like had no way of like pushing on the ground, and he was able to push, and that's a huge amount of time. That's tenths every second, or every gate, so that equals a huge advantage. Second run, I mean, he still won the second run, but his advantage wasn't that big. So, you know, that first run, he was able to figure out the snow better than everybody else and get a huge advantage, and that was really impressive. Yeah, I think Marcel will become one of the best of all time. I don't think he has a chance of reaching Ingemar Stenmark. I mean, that's too big of a number. But I think he has a good chance of reaching Herman Meyer's number as far as second all time. So we'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting to see in the future, but I mean, he's definitely one of the best of all time. That goes without a doubt. The Crystal Globe was, you know, still a goal after World Champs. It's not a goal anymore because there's no chance at it at all at this point. I mean, I'm 180 points or so back, and you know, if Marcel is the kind of guy that he'd fall every once in a while or can make big mistakes, then I think there's a chance, but he's not that type of guy. You know, he's so solid that there's no real chance of making up that many points in 2 races, and so, you know, that goal is gone. So, you know, as far as, you know, goals as far as that goes, I guess it's trying to stay in second place in the giant slalom standings, and then, you know, we'll see. Hopefully I can get, you know, some slalom races back on track and just try to finish out the year strong so I can start working on things for the summer. I think it's kind of cool having those race seasons where there's no big championship. I think, you know, it's cool to have like the Olympics or World Championships, but that kind of always breaks up the season, and you know, the media is always like, oh, what do you think about the World Championships or the Olympics? And I think it's nice to be like World Cup, World Cup, World Cup, and having that kind of focus and that drive, I think is nice. So I think, you know, it's really rare for us. You know, it's only one time every 4 years that we don't have a championship, so it's kind of fun to have those years where that's not a focus. This place is really cool. This is definitely a neat building. It's cool that it's, you know, right here up at the top of the mountain. It's too bad right now it's cloudy, so we can't see the view, but it's definitely sweet up here. It's a pretty crazy film set for sure. I mean, they're telling us about how they're doing some drive scenes down here and basically destroying a bunch of fancy cars. So that's pretty cool, and it's cool. It'll be really cool actually watching the movie and being able to recognize, you know, Solden in the movie. Solden's cool. We spent a lot of time here in the fall, especially preparing for the season. It's always a good place for us to get, you know, rolling, get the skiing going for the early season. It's nice too because down the valley it's, you know, fall, summer-like, and you can go do fun activities like soccer or tennis or hiking, and then come up to the glacier and have great training. So we spent a lot of time here then, and you know, it's a cool place in the wintertime. There's great snow as well, so it's cool to be able to come back here. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we spent a whole month basically straight here in October, so we do spend a good amount of time here. We get to know Solden pretty well, so you know, it's for places in Europe, it's definitely one of the most familiar places for us. You know, I definitely like it up in like the Kühlschrank. That's like one of my favorite places to train. It's a good place for me to train. I think that's like one of the places where I've really built a lot of momentum in my skiing, so that place is cool for me. Yeah, spring conditions are a lot of fun. Skiing corn is fun, especially when you have a huge mountain like this. Lots of open faces. That's always fun to ski in the springtime for sure.